And here we are for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 5. What was that title again, JP?
The End of Everything.
The End of Everything. That sounds very final, I guess you could say. I'm Justin.
And I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead. From the title, you can tell, and we are about to talk about The Walking Dead and all related Walking Dead things. But if you like podcasts in general, consider hitting that subscribe button. We talk about multiple things. Tomorrow's Trending Tuesday. Then you got Random Rambling Wednesday. We do conspiracies. We do what's happening in the world. Lots of different things. So consider hitting that subscribe button. And even if you don't want to subscribe, do us a favor and hit the like button. That helps us out a ton. We'll talk about our Patreon after the podcast, how you can go and support and help grow this channel. We'll also have shout outs for our patrons who we love just so much, which we also love you, the listener, even if you're not a Patreon. But, you know, if you're a patron, we appreciate it. But so, JP, let's talk about it. What'd you think?
This episode really held my attention, unlike a previous couple of episodes. There was some action. We were in a setting with circumstances we'd never seen before. I was into it, man. I was into it.
I thought this was one of the best of the 5 so far, man. I really enjoyed it. I was very pleasantly surprised. We both were kind of thinking this was going to be a dragging episode and it was going to suck. And because a lot of times when The Walking Dead just goes off with like one character or one or two characters, it usually just sometimes does not work out as well as when you have the whole group together. But this one definitely stood out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a little sad when I don't get a little bit of Strand in at least, part of the episode. A little bit of
Strand.
But, maybe we'll get that Isabelle, Al, Strandwich at some point in the season. Time will tell.
I don't know if they would be into that. I don't think Strand would be into that. Strand is not into women, so I don't think.
I think he can flip flop on both sides of the boat.
Do you think so? I don't think we've ever seen him interested in anything but men.
He just oozes raw, sensual sexuality, man. I think it just seeps into your pores no matter what. It's much like the zombie outbreak itself. I mean, once you get bitten, it's not really your choice anymore.
So you think Strand's a biter?
Man, don't get me started. I live with my shoulders.
This is why I don't come to any of your sleepovers.
Yeah, you don't know what you're missing. But nah, man, it was a solid episode. The helicopter people, I think, apparently are a bunch of buttholes.
I was going to say, I really thought that we were going to end up finding out they weren't that bad. They just had, reasons to be very protective or whatever. But no, I think that it seems like they are not the best of people.
Yeah, and this reclamation team they were sending, I mean...
I wonder if they were going to execute Isabelle.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I was getting, in which case I don't know why you would even stick around for that. I don't know, but...
It's almost like cultish in the way it's just like, I'm going to stay here and take it. It's like, if they're coming to kill you, man, there's a wide world out there where you can hide. Just go.
Yeah, man. She's all about, we are the future. What we're doing, you live in the past. What we're doing is laying the foundation for the future.
It's kind of Negan-ish.
Yeah, it does sound very cultish. And it's another thing I can't understand. You bring up Negan. Negan understood the importance that people are a resource. A very, a resource that could be running out with everything going on. But these helicopter folks, apparently, they ain't about it.
Yeah, it would be funny if you get there and it's just like, welcome to whatever their group name is. We are Negan.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Or if, Gareth survived and he was there and he was just, chilling.
There's no way Gareth survived.
Eating on a calf muscle.
We watched it. We saw him get hacked up. Gareth's dead, buddy.
I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see who all is going to be in that Rick movie. Like that Isabelle, maybe she's going to be in the Rick movie.
Yeah, I could see her being in there. I'm glad, man, which I don't want to skip around, but I'm glad we got an intimate embrace, not just for the obvious reasons of me perving out on it, but just, all episode long, it was right there on the nose, man, and I'm glad that they...
Just talking about, the tension between them?
Yeah, you could tell there was something there, and we know... We know Al is the lover of the ladies.
I didn't know that until this episode.
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh no! I didn't want to make assumptions, but now it's confirmed. Which she could be back and forth. Who knows?
No, I hope so.
Yeah. So she's found love, and love was gone.
Yeah, as too often it happens in the.
Do you think they shacked up in the woods? I know they were kissing, and then they like walked out. Do you think they just kissed, or do you think it went a little further than that? Not to perv out here, but I'm just do you think they slept together, or do you think they just made out a little bit and then went their separate ways?
Yeah, I don't think they, I don't think they got their toes wet.
I'd be like, man, go take a dip in the pond or something first. Wash some of that filth off. But yeah, so Bog number 7 was the name of the tape that she took with her. Mm-hmm. I was really hoping on one of those tapes we were going to see like Abraham or something.
Yeah, and there's still a possibility for that. She was definitely really concerned about that tape, though. I mean, how many people in this world do you think have a working camcorder in which to watch it? But,
oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, though, you can't, no stone left unturned kind of thing.
She hid the tape on a walker.
Yeah.
That was pretty savage, man.
Yeah, pretty clever.
That was pretty good. I thought the kill she did, the zombie she killed in the car, like to escape with the barbed wire. I thought that was slick as hell. Mm-hmm. How she was tied up and she got the barbed wire off the walker and cut free, and then proceeded to smash its head in the door.
Yeah, she didn't lose her cool. It was good. So you think they have these little like helipads like scattered all around the place?
It seems that way. They have.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They have supply drops. I mean, yeah, it seems they've got. I'm interested to see how far their reach is.
I'm telling you, man, I'm glad that they showed that she had them big old like gas jugs, because when they got to the top and there were just big drums of fuel, I was like, how in the hell are they going to get that back down the mountain?
Just tie it to a rope, man, and lower it down.
Man, those drums were big, heavy-duty things, though. I'm just glad they kind of had some clarification. Getting those jugs down there would definitely be a lot easier.
Al ain't no joke neither, man. I like when she took her gun from her. That's a wicked, like, Triton on the front of that gun.
Yeah, man. I was wondering. I've never seen anything like that.
I got to look at that gun again. Like, it has a weird, like, front handle on it that you typically see on, like, heavy.
Yeah.
Well, I say heavy, more like light machine guns or something, like that handle you hold on the front. They make them on shotguns, some too, to rack it. But I don't know that I've seen one on what I thought was an AR-15. But I mean, I watched the late showing of this, so I'd have to go back and rewatch it. That was a wild little gun she had.
Yeah, I was wondering if that thing at the end was custom made, if that's an actual thing that exists.
Would shock me if it exists, man. Shoot, they got all kind of wild attachments for.
Almost looked like something for like spear fishing or something.
It really did, yeah.
Very strange.
But it works.
Yeah, she had a cool gun. Isabelle's bangs I wasn't such a big fan of, but I mean,
it's the apocalypse. It ain't like she can just go to a beauty shop and be like, hey, I want to get rid of these bangs.
She's clearly got like a look, like I don't know. It's like somebody gave her that haircut. And I guess, like you said, you don't have so many options under those circumstances. Nonetheless, come on.
Somebody did give her that haircut. You're right. At some point, somebody did it and told her it looked really good. Yeah. She went along her way.
Yeah, I think that's why she was so pissed off this whole episode. I guarantee she just got that haircut, and she was like, I'm going to look like an idiot for whatever, person I kidnap.
The other end of the spectrum, Al's haircut's on point.
Oh, yeah.
She's got that badass kind of adventurer, like, Final Fantasy haircut going.
Yeah, man. Just totally on fleek. I'm loving Al's look.
But...
man, she did get bit.
She did.
It's a good thing she had that jacket on.
That's what I've said for the longest time, man. The only thing about the show and time, now people that get overrun by surprise in the beginning, I understand. But once you've been in the apocalypse for a while and you understand, like, why don't you just wear like thick leather jackets or pads? You know what I mean? There's plenty of like what was that? Was it World Wars?
Yeah, he's using like phone books.
Yeah, whatever that Z movie. It really wasn't that good. But had Brad Pitt. I mean, he wised up and he taped. We've seen examples of that in The Walking Dead. Like Milton, I think, had like the dog sleeve or something on his sleeve that stopped the zombie from biting him. But I mean, like, I just would have rigged up some tough shirts or like big thick. Because humans don't really have that strong of a bite force, if I remember correctly. I mean, especially compared to like the animals around. So it's like, just get you a nice, thick, genuine leather jacket. And
it's almost like Al was just wanted to test the jacket. As soon as I saw like a zombie emerging from the sand, I'd have just stood up really, really quickly. I don't know.
Al don't care.
No, she just wanted to see if that jacket was legit or not. Who cares if she has to cut her arm off? I mean,
yeah. Well, it's like the most risky experiment ever. Like, well, if it don't work, I'm dying. But if it works,
doesn't work.
But she didn't even keep the jacket, though, right?
Yeah, it seems like they were swapping it back and forth a little bit. Probably wanted to smell each other. Yeah.
They wanted to smell. What I mean, what?
Yeah, kind of like when a girl want to be, you want to be wearing your jacket. It's just because she want to get a whiff. Ain't just because she's cold or whatever.
I was going to say maybe she's cold. Maybe she just likes wearing the jacket because it shows that she's with you.
Yeah, wants to get a whiff.
Get a whiff.
Get a whiff.
How is just just the fact that you're saying get a whiff sounds perverted.
I tell you what, I had a great bit about a story about that, but this is neither the time nor the place, man. Yeah, these helicopter people, they're up to something sinister. I think it has to do with experimentations.
No doubt. I thought she was the subject, I thought that she was going to take Al, you know what I mean? I thought that's the way it was going to end, was Al was going to go with her, and we're like, all right, now Al's going to be in the Rick Grimes movies. I'm ready for some Rick Grimes in my life, man. He ain't even gone a year yet, and I'm already ready. I want more Rick Grimes.
Yeah, it's wild, man, and they clearly must have such a big population that they're not even worried about rescuing people. They're just like, we need guinea pigs. That's what we need, and that's what we're going to do. And that, man, Rick is not going to be cool with that, man. He's not going to be cool with that.
Sheriff Rick Grimes.
Yeah, he is. He's not going to be cool with that.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I want more information about him. But now that she's gone, I feel like we're not going to get any more for a while.
Yeah, man. All we know is they have a vast network. I mean, at the very least, going from Virginia all the way to Texas, they're airborne. Oh, snap.
Oh, you're good. Keep going.
They got weaponry. They got cool clothes. Not such a great stylist. When it comes to the hair, but
not such a great barber.
Nah, but nonetheless, I mean, they're out there, they're advanced, and I don't know what it's going to take them out. I want to see Rick and Strand.
It's going to take motherfucking Rick Grimes to take him out. That's what it's going to take.
I think Rick and Strand and Daniel, there's going to be trouble.
Do you think Strand will make his way into the Rick movies?
Oh yeah, man. I think he's going to be a mainstay of the franchise for a very, very, very long time. Unless the actor just happens to get some big role offer, which I could also see because he's fantastic.
Yeah, he is good. He is good. Kind of like Daniel. Daniel gets so busy, you know, that they have trouble keeping him in the show for long periods of time. But
yeah, I'm just hoping that actor doesn't go down the old Maggie Green road, the Lauren Cohen road, jump onto an ill-fated network show. And
I know it got canceled, but did it get renewed? Didn't somebody pick it up or something?
Nah, I was actually just reading an article yesterday. The producers were like, even though someone's trying to put a petition out there, it's dead. It's DOA.
It's dead. Whiskey Cavalier's done, and Lauren Cohen's in talks to come back to The Walking Dead.
Big surprise.
Yeah. I'm glad to see Maggie. A lot of people were not liking Maggie in that last season.
Yeah, I mean, she was acting some kind of way.
We got a lot of comments were like, "I'm glad she's gone," or "I hated Maggie."
I'm telling you, man, if she does anything, I want to see her play Martha Wayne again in the Flashpoint movie
and Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne.
That's what I need in my life. And I did hear that the Flash is getting ready to start shooting, if I remember right.
Ezra Miller Flash.
Yes, but
I hate that take on Barry Allen, man. I hate it. It's just like they were, like clearly they don't. Not saying Barry Allen can't be goofy, but clearly they're just like, ooh, the Avengers have a quippy little funny teenager, and we need one. Who can we make that? Definitely not Batman, not Aquaman, Flash. You're gonna be, I don't like it. I don't like it. Why can't we get a blonde Barry Allen?
Yeah.
Why do we keep getting darker? I mean, Grant Gustin is awesome as the Flash. I love that show, and I love him as the Flash. And Barry Allen, I like him a lot better than Ezra Miller. But why can't we get a blonde Barry Allen?
People don't like blonde dudes, man.
I don't get it.
I think it reminds of like Aryans or something,
But so anyways, I digress. But that was one thing cool in the. I finally got around to watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is amazing, and I love when he's like, "I was blonde, I looked kind of perfect." but I won't tell you what part that is. Great movie, though. If you haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse, watch it. I know my dad was like, well, I kind of wanted to see it, but I didn't know if it was, like just for, like a kiddie.
Oh, yeah,
I was like, no, it's everyone can enjoy it of all ages. It is a great, great movie. One of the best Spider-Mans ever.
I went to a
Spider-Man.
I went to a theater with like the recliner seats and saw it, man, and I was just in hog heaven.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten like the Rick Grimes movies. I don't know. I guess they don't want to contend at the box office because I would be so cool to watch the Rick movies in a theater.
I could see because they have those Fathom events. I mean, we have to go about an hour down the road to see them, but where they
find like a theater that's going to air it.
Yeah, I mean they'll have a network of theaters, and sometimes they'll do like an old Doctor Who movie or like an old Doctor Who story and put it into a movie. Or they did like the 25th anniversary of Batman: Mask of the Phantasm they put in theaters. So. I think that'd be worth the trip because remember we were going to go see. It was one of the season premieres they were actually showing in theaters.
Oh yeah,
remember a while back we never ended up going to it, but which I heard that it actually was kind of crappy just because the way they shot it wasn't like formatted for the big screen, so like visually
it was kind of grainy.
It wasn't so great.
I could imagine. But yeah, so the gang's back together. Al's back with Morgan and Alicia and. They're going to, next episode, it looks like we're going to watch Dwight babysit. Did you see the previews for the next episode?
I caught a glimpse of it. He's going to be, who's he going to be babysitting?
There's all those kids.
Oh, that's
all those
right.
Rugrats they found out in the middle of the wood.
We got the Lord of the Flies crew tagging along. I hope it's good, man. So they're not in are they still in the like irradiated fallout zone? Forgive me for not knowing.
I thought so.
So that's like the urgency for getting the hell out of that area.
Oh, yeah. We learned out of Al's complicated-ass name because her parents both, wanted to keep they were Polish or whatever, wanted to keep
we did. I didn't catch it. But.
Yeah, it was. But, I think, I'm trying to think what else is there to hit on this. I mean, there was a lot to happen, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's basically Al kind of found some love. Mm-hmm. Al lost that love. We learned that the helicopter people are douchebags. Al is back with her people. And now I got a feeling we're going to get back into more boring episodes.
I hope not.
I mean, not boring. I hate to call them boring, but they just don't keep my attention in the way that, like, this season of The Walking Dead did, or the way that the first half of last season kept my episode every single episode.
Dude, it's one of those things. If it wasn't for the podcast, I probably would just bank up all the episodes and see if watching them in tandem was a better experience.
Right.
It's kind of like the Flash comic series. We had both dropped it. I just read like the last 5 or 6 issues in tandem, and I actually found I enjoyed it quite a bit. So some things are just better enjoyed all at once. I don't know. It's just that kind of storytelling. But maybe it'd still be a crap show. I don't know. But
in a parallel universe, that's what JP's doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. But, I hope they round it out. Well, we got like 3 more episodes till the mid-season break.
Yeah, that was 5. Then we have 3 more.
And then do they have anything that's going to be going on in the interim between between the seasons?
No.
Halves of the seasons? No. I know, man, maybe they're going to do that terror show with George Takei.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm looking for. Man,
I didn't watch the first season. I watched the first episode, really liked it, but just didn't want to stay up to watch the rest of them. But this is kind of like continuing on that, right? Like maybe like it's an anthology type thing.
Yeah, it looks a lot like American Horror Story. You just get a different story each season. I don't know how it flew under my radar, but what I read about the first season seemed really cool, and this one seems really great. I love George Takei for years.
Nosferatu wasn't too bad last night. It's picking up.
Yeah, I haven't watched that since the last time I was at your home.
I don't know if it's that it's getting better. Or I just like Zachary Quinto. We're getting. Sometimes
it's all about the cast, man. Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I don't think I'd like that show nearly as much as I do if not for the amazing cast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they just make it work, man. Andy Samberg, Terry Crews. I mean, it's everybody. Yeah, that whole cast is freaking awesome.
Yeah, so sometimes it's just all about the cast,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But what did you think of last night's episode? Let us know in the comments section. Let us know anything that we missed or any points we should have brought up or any. There's tons of Easter eggs. And again, forgive me, I watched the 11 o'clock showing, and keep in mind to turn around and get up at 5 o'clock the next morning. So I was already tired, and I'd been on the river all day, so I was exhausted anyway. So I'm sure there's some Easter egg or something that we missed. But if you caught it, let us know in the comments section. And, if you made it this far, consider hitting that subscribe button. And we have Patreon, which we would love to have you support because every dollar that goes into that will help to improve this podcast. We want to turn it into a video podcast, but we need cameras. We need better editing. And then we want to buy merch that we can turn around and give to you.
Yeah, we do.
Not sell to you, give to you. So, consider going to that Patreon. JP, tell them how to find it.
Go to, for one thing, there's a link in the description of this video. Otherwise, patreon.com/ you guessed it, the Podcasting Dead. We have several tiers set up for your pleasure, for your convenience. Contribute at any amount. And once we hit 20 patrons, we're sitting at 11 right now. We're going to do a drawing for a prize package full of all kinds of cool stuff. And donate $1, donate $100. Whatever you do, you're in the drawing. So don't worry. It's going to be very diplomatic. And we love you. That's all.
Yeah. And even if you don't sign on to the Patreon, we still love you and very much appreciate you listening.
Once we get some merch, of course, the patrons are going to get hooked up. But we're going to do drawings for just regular listeners in the like we're still looking out for everybody. But
oh yeah, absolutely.
The patrons, we definitely got to show some extra love because they're
not extra love. We just have to show them some special attention. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, I guess. But you get what I'm saying. I mean, we love you just as much. But yeah.
Right.
I don't know why. JP's right, but we love you regardless.
We basically want the patrons to see a return on their investment.
Hey, there you go. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. We're both in sales, so that works out really, really well. But yeah, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find me on Instagram, Periscope, and Snapchat. Just I'm Justin Lloyd, all lowercase, no apostrophes, no spaces. Just I'm Justin Lloyd. JP.
All right, mine's a little bit more scatterbrained. You can find me on Snapchat, JP5000, spelled out JAYPEA 5000. And then you can go to Instagram, which I never ever use, J_Radsaw. And then you can go to Periscope, which is where all the fun happens, and that is Jpslim. Just easy as that.
Sliding my arm across the table sounds like someone's pooting.
I hope ain't nobody doing that.
Hold on, let me see if I can do that again. I can't do it again.
Your elbow done got dry.
Yep. But anyways, I'm tired this morning and very scatterbrained. So I think with that, we're going to wrap this podcast up. Don't forget, we got Trending Tuesdays tomorrow. We'll be talking about what's happening in the world, things that we find on the internet, and news stories. So, if you like podcasts in general, consider checking that out as well. But until then, I'm Justin.
And I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead.